State Street is certainly an iconic part of both Bristol, Tennessee and Virginia. Of course, State Street's look has certainly evolved through the years, and it's about to undergo a new change. The trees along State Street have long outgrown their current space, and beginning in January, the city will begin replacing the old trees with new ones.
Year before last, we contracted with the University of Tennessee Department of Forestry to come in. It was a research project to come in and evaluate our trees and kind of give us an idea of what do we really need to do. I mean, we think we know what we need to do, but we brought the experts in, and they did a pretty comprehensive study, measured everything, and basically said, you need to replace your trees. they have exceeded their life, their normal life for this environment. And when I say this environment, in a downtown setting like this is a horrible environment for trees. With the buildings, the ones on the street get limited light. We pour concrete sidewalks around them. They're in not the best soil conditions, so it just isn't the best case scenario for a tree. But trees are beautiful, and so we want to figure out how to make them as aesthetic as possible in our downtown, but ultimately safe. Safety is a concern. We have old trees. We have dying limbs falling out of trees, so safety is always paramount, but we also want it to look good. So all those things combined, your trees are done, so we asked them, okay, what should we plant back? So they provided us with a planting array downtown of 7 different varieties of trees. Right now we have one variety, which is an aristocrat pear. One color in the spring, one color in the summer, one color in the fall, which is beautiful. It's an absolutely gorgeous color. But with the 7 different varieties, we're going to have a multitude of colors, shapes. It's different. So the look is going to be completely different with the new trees. The other thing is, if we picked one variety of tree, if you got a disease or a parasite common to that tree, you tend to lose everything, but with the monoculture. But having 7 different varieties, worst case scenario, you might lose a group of trees under that circumstance instead of your entire forest in your downtown. We've bid out and accepted a bid for the purchase and planting of the trees. So that will be accomplished by a contractor, but in order for him to do that, city crews, Public Works and Parks and Rec from both sides of town will remove the existing trees, stumps, roots, and everything else that comes out with them. We plan to start that hopefully the first week of January when we have beautiful weather. But ultimately we want to create as little interference with downtown as possible. So we definitely want to stay past the Christmas shopping season. We want to stay out of that. So January, if we're not shoveling snow downtown, we'll be digging out tree roots. So the hope is in January to remove all the trees, roots, stumps. We'll prepare the pits with new soils. We'll put in a tube, if you will, that the tree will be planted in to somewhat restrict root growth, because you don't want roots popping up concrete, because that's a whole new problem. You don't want it out popping up asphalt. So it'll be in a bit of a container. So the plan is, hopefully down the road, 10, 15 years, depending on the variety, is you remove those trees and you go back and you start with a fresh tree. You move that tree to a park somewhere. So the bid was for a 2-inch caliper tree, because we felt like it needed to be at least 2 inches, because it's people are going to run into them and everything. So we wanted a sturdy tree. And average, when we plant them, will be 6 to 7 foot tall. And so again, everything downtown is going to look different, because if you see the trees now, they're up taller than the buildings. So, everything's going to scale back down and then start the growth process over again.
Once again, the process of removing these trees on State Street will begin in the first week of January in 2018. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact Terry Napier at 423-764-4023.